Welcome back, everyone, to the best show on air. Most popular. Everyone watches this show. Fucking, you know it. Fucking Game of Thrones, got nothing. Big Bang Theory, got nothing. 10 million viewers every time. Right here. Tune in every week for more of your favorite foul-mouthed, meat-headed goodness. Woo!
You ever watch Big Bang Theory?
I've seen a couple episodes. I don't understand its popularity.
It's not that funny.
There aren't any jokes. It's not that there are bad jokes. It's that there aren't any jokes. Like,
yeah. It seems to just be piggybacking on what is supposed to be popular nerd culture nowadays.
yeah, and it's like
And I don't have anything wrong with that. It's just make some nerd jokes, or at least be gross like us from time to time.
Ah! Yeah, I'll say that again. I wore one of those fucking rocket grenades. But no, you're right. Like, yeah, I mean, it is a little offensive. Not gonna lie. As someone who, you know, very much is a part of nerd culture, they show some really, really terrible stereotypes that everyone in you know the culture has worked really hard to overcome, and they're just continuing to propagate it, and it sucks.
Meh, I don't feel that way. I was never really part of nerd culture. I just respect it.
I very much was and am a part of it, so.
Yeah, it's a shame. I never got to. I played football. Like such a loser.
You and your football. I was in the chess club.
Oh, damn. You got kicked out of the chess club for being too big a stickler about the rules.
I quit the chess club because they were too big nerds for me. Not that they were just shitheads, and I didn't really like chess, and I was just bored. You know, it was in elementary school, and so it was half hour, 45 minutes that I spent at the end of every school day that I would rather have been watching Kratts Creatures.
Kratts Creatures?
Kratts Creatures was the best fucking show on air.
As a child that grew up without TV, I'm actually extremely interested in this. No, as you being a child that grew up without TV. Yeah, I'm not a freak. I want to make that perfectly clear.
No, so we had
Please believe me.
We had an antenna when I was growing up. We got the local channels, PBS. That was it.
Ooh, nice.
And so, Kratts Creatures was it was a TV show. These two guys who were, I don't know if they actually had degrees in like zoology or something or whatever, but they were educated somehow. And they were brothers, the Kratts brothers, Chris and Martin, I think their names were. And they went off on adventures. Like they went to exotic places and fucking explored the various, the landscape and talked about the wildlife and, and just, yeah, taught everyone cool stuff about the critters.
Huh. That sounds fucking awesome.
It was fucking awesome! It was the best show ever. I still remember a bunch of the episodes. Like, the one that I really remember is there's this thing known as, like, the Big Five wildlife in Africa, and it was originally a hunting thing. You'd bring back a trophy. There's an elephant, a hippo, a rhino, a lion, and a giraffe? No, one of the Cape Buffalo.
Okay.
And those were like the Big Five. And so they went and they like split up. One of them did the Big Five, the traditional ones, and one of them did the Little Five, which were like insect versions of all these critters.
Okay.
That shared similar aspects or names or something. The only one of the Little Five that I remember, like, you know, decades later, was there an ant lion. Ant lions are crazy as shit.
Yeah.
So they're called ant lions not because they're ants, but because they feast on ants the way lions feast on lesser critters. They have this little fucking sand pit, and it's like, you know, fucking pit in the sand, and an ant wanders into it, and it's too steep for the ant to escape. they can't get out, and so they like slowly slide into the bottom of this pit where it's like a fucking sarlacc pit for ants, where this monster is like 4 times the size of the ant is waiting just like with these big old beetle jaws and just like chomps them down.
It's terrifying.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible way to go.
Wonder what's because I remember when I was a kid, I had the same sort of like phase or whatnot. My dad got me this like what was it? It was some sort of Safari thing for the computer, and it just you got to pick your own little Safari guy, and they had multiple tours for going out into different wildlife settings. I must have spent about 6 months playing that game. It was only about 12 hours worth of content.
But you
And
just played it over and over
again. I miss that. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I get bored too easy, but I don't know. For some reason, I just went over that and I still remember a few of the animals. Nothing quite as scary as the what the fuck did you call it? Antlion?
Antlion, yeah, that thing. That's an actual fucking monster.
Wait, isn't that what they call the things in Half-Life 2?
Yeah, Antlion. They're Antlions in Half-Life 2. They're
Okay.
named after those terrifying monsters.
Yeah, that was well brought together. Nice.
Yeah.
Serendipitous.
So yeah, that was the kind of shit that I grew up watching. Was all this educational
Horrifying,
stuff.
educational, terrifying world sort of stuff.
Yeah. Horrifying planet.
Yeah. You think sci-fi's crazy?
Oh my god, it's so good. I love all this
shit? Is this the asylum level of fucking Black Mesa?
No, this is just a flooded area. Oops, get some fucking air in the lungs. But yeah, so that was like, and later, Kratts Creatures got canceled or they ended the show or something, and they tried just constantly were trying various things to get that show back on the air. And the one that was really popular that might still run, I'm not sure, was Zaboomafoo. That one ran for a long ass time, and that was what my little brother grew up watching. Zaboomafoo. And it was Zaboomafoo was the name of a lemur that they had, a ring-tailed lemur.
I'm sure it was. Look,
and
is a lemur in the room with us right now?
But the Kratts creature, the Kratts brothers were the hosts, and once per episode, instead of spending a fucking half an hour episode out in the wild doing cool stuff, they had there was like a 5 minute or 10 minute segment called, they'd go on a trip, and there was a song with it and all this, and they went off and did the thing that used to be the whole goddamn show, and that was easily the best part, because the movie was not great.
I kind of wish that you could have watched a little bit more television as a kid. Just because it seems like the educational television market was made for you in particular.
A little bit. I get off on learning things. I find the act of learning something new joyous and wonderful.
I'm much, much more of a stickler about what I learn. Also, it can't be taught by anybody.
That's the real trick,
that's
isn't
why.
it? Woohoo!
If one of those freaking what's that enemy called? The only one that's underwater. Besides the leeches.
Ichthysar?
Okay. Yeah. If that thing were here, I would shit a brick.
Yeah, that would be a bad time to introduce them.
No, this would be the perfect time to introduce them. Make it the scariest fucking thing underwater.
You sure that's the perfect time to introduce them? Not right here?
This should have been right before then, and then we had to do a level where we went underneath and had to spend the time inside with them. Also, can you shoot your revolver underwater?
No, but you can shoot your pistol. And so we're going to choose this guy, because I don't feel like actually fighting him, because he can't get into this area. So we're just going to choose this guy. Woohoo!
You can shoot your pistol underwater, huh?
Yeah, it's the pistol, the crossbow, and the crowbar are the only weapons that work underwater.
Yeah, I know. When I got the crossbow, I never realized you could shoot your goddamn pistol underwater.
Yeah, you can shoot your pistol underwater.
I spent so long platforming this guy, being extra cautious not to fall in.
Oh shit! Woohoo! Made it. Got that one a little closer than I had to.
Oh man, too busy talking about Nat Geo and shit like it. We forgot to breathe.
As a wise man once said, you have two options: breathe or die.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, it would have been.
I'm pretty sure MythBusters disproved this, Lloyd.
For a brief period. So now, if you want, you can just like move on and not get the crossbow. But then it takes like fucking decades for you to get the crossbow again. So fuck that! I'm getting that goddamn crossbow.
You want the crossbow?
Oh hell yeah! You want the crossbow? So I watched a lot of shit like that. For a brief period, we had a satellite, and so I saw some of Nickelodeon, like All Real Monsters and Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold was the tip.
Hey Arnold was super good, and Rocket Power, which I really liked.
Made you think about that? What did you think that was? What my life was like? Because that was not what my life was like.
And
I was actually pretty shitty on a skateboard when I gave it a shot.
Yeah, same here. That was the only reason I ever tried skateboard, because of that show.
Oh, man.
And I was really terrible at it.
Yeah, me too. Went down a quarter pipe. Freaking.
Never even tried that. Never even got that far.
Yeah. Flipped off the thing, landed square on my back, knocked the wind out of me, passed out for a little bit. Should have worn a helmet. Didn't wear a helmet. Kids, always wear a helmet. That's a good moral place to end this episode. Alright, we'll see you guys on the next episode of Meatheads. That's a cut, people.